Hello and welcome to another video. We are here today to talk about Kingdom Come Deliverance and to answer the question, is it any good? Now if you didn't already know, Kingdom Come Deliverance is a story-driven open-world action role-playing game with a historical focus developed by Warhorse Studios. So is it any good? In short, the answer is yes, but it also has a lot of flaws. So let's get into more detail and talk about that. We're going to be splitting up this video into 4 different sections which will include graphics, story, gameplay and polish. Now as a quick disclaimer, my experience has been on console and obviously this is all my opinion. The graphics are very good, the environment is absolutely stunning and it's one of the only things that make travelling from point A to point B enjoyable is seeing that. So moving on to the story, you play as Henry. He is the son of a blacksmith and also an apprentice blacksmith. You start with nothing, you move on throughout the story, slowly gain notoriety and respect and becoming something. Now obviously I'm not going to go into any details about the story because I'm not going to have any spoilers for you guys, but there is a good twist at the end, that's all I'm going to say. And the one thing I'm going to say about the story is there are slow points and there are points where I feel personally like it was dragged out and I had to force myself to kind of push through a couple quests, and it just felt like it was dragged out and it was just filler content which really didn't make it fun for me at all. This mixed in with the fast travel system, which isn't fast at all, kind of made everything a little boring, for me at least. Gameplay wise, it's all first person and it does not go easy on you. The controls and especially some of the environment I found very clunky. Travelling through the countryside, I would get stuck on these tiny bushes that no way would a horse or anyone get stuck on these little bushes. Now thankfully that was one of the only things that I found negative or bad really. Moving on to the combat system, you have the melee combat and then you have the only ranged combat, which is archery. Starting off with the melee, you have long swords, short swords, maces, axes, polearms, daggers, obviously shields as well, but you don't really use them as weapons per se. So the combat system, you have 5 points of contact and defense, so you're attacking and defending from those 5 points. This means that it is very challenging and actually takes skill to use. A lot of cases when you're in a one-on-one, it is very challenging, so when you're up against a 2v1 or multiple enemies versus you, you're generally going to get fucked. Which is something that I like and I hope more games bring into, because a lot of the times you get a game and you're just some sort of demigod and you just kill thousands of people in one swipe and it's too easy. But this is my personal opinion. Now moving on to the archery, the one thing to say about archery is it doesn't have a crosshair, so it's all done like reality. You have to judge kind of where the arrow will go, which will takes a lot of practice, and it's kind of hard on a TV screen. It's not like when you actually shoot a bow you can see, but it takes a lot of practice. That's all I'm gonna say. Moving on to polish, Kingdom Come Deliverance was a Kickstarter funded game, so I never expected it to be as well rounded as it was. Now a lot of you probably already have experienced bugs, glitches, or have heard about them. Me personally, I experienced buildings like just disappearing, especially during cutscenes, and then after cutscenes there'd be no building there when you can clearly see there's a building there, and I have to reload the game for it to come back. A lot of times gameplay and the camera would get bugged out and stuck in a certain place, but considering the roots and where they started, it's a very, very polished game. We should afford Warhorse Studios a little bit of leeway considering it is their first AAA title and where they came from, their roots. So as a final judgment, we would say Kingdom Come Deliverance is a 7 out of 10. Now personally, if you're not into historically accurate kind of simulators, then I would say wait until it's a little bit cheaper, because I would say that this is a certain type of game for a certain type of gamer. Thank you for watching. If you have anything to say about the video, post it in the comments below. I'll be happy to reply and talk to you guys. Like if you enjoyed it, really helps me out. I need all the support I can get right now. I am going to be making more videos in the future, so please subscribe and have a great day.